Hi there, my name is Cupicate, and welcome back to Clangen with Willow Clan. So last time, something very interesting happened where our little Fennel Kit was killed in a battle, an attack on our clan camp, and yet something spoke to him. Something claiming to be a spirit not of StarClan or of the Dark Forest, but to help him. The spirit gave him a deal. A deal that if Venelkit is to take on a form of their choosing, they can save Venelkit and others from this horrible disease, this curse that has been pestering our clan for now 95 moons. And so Venelkit took the deal. But what does that mean exactly? We'll have to wait and find out as we continue into the episode. So because it is the 95th moon, there's several things I need to roll for. I need to roll to see if the sickness spreads. It's still spreading, but something has changed. I also need to roll to see if any cats are leaving the clan, and to see if any of our clan cats progress in their illness. But something very special is going to happen if they do. So I've rolled to see if the sickness spreads, and it doesn't. I've also rolled to see if any cats leave, and no one leaves. Probably staying to see about this miraculous awakening of Venelkit out of death, and to see what that means. I imagine nobody wants to leave not having any answers. Our clan is currently in the middle of Leaf Bear. This is one of the hardest seasons of the year. And yet our cats are celebrating that Venelkit has come back to life. So we're going to go through each and every one of our cats. L-Star has been cured of the illness and therefore does not experience anything strange. Neither does Melting Heart, or River Jay, or Raccoon Creek. Now Frilled Scratch is still feeling very sick. We're going to roll to see if they miraculously get cured or if they go into the next phase. I only rolled a 26%, so they will be going into the next phase. Laying upon the nest of the medicine den after River Jay and Raccoon Creek try and make Frilled Scratch comfortable as the mushrooms sprout from their back and they tend to lose consciousness over and over and over again. As this phase has done with so many cats, Frilled Scratch can no longer do work. All they can do is lay there in their nest and try and sleep off whatever this is. And the dream comes. A dream of a cat with red eyes. At first, Frilled Scratch is terrified. This, to them, does not look like a being they want to be associated with, as star cats, as she has seen, are bright like starlight, white and beautiful, emanating a glow of goodness. This is no StarClan cat, and from where they're standing, this looks very much like a Dark Forest cat. Frilled Scratch is frightened. Being a medicine cat all her life, this is not something she wants to deal with. But the creature comes to her and says, "Listen, child. I know that my form frightens you. I am dark and not of light." And Frilled Scratch is scared, as if this creature is reading her mind, and it very much is, because it has complete control of her dream right now. The creature continues, "I offer you something great. I offer you a cure to your illness, but you must take on a form similar to mine, a form of shadow that you will only go in from time to time, but it will make you powerful. You will be able to do things beyond your wildest dreams, beyond a cat's usual abilities. This is something I offer that is great, and it is a cure." Frilled Scratch knows that there is a huge catch to this. However, she does think about it. So for each cat who receives a dream very similar to this, I am going to roll based on what rank they are, their trait, and their experience it's going to determine how high of a roll I need to get for them to be swayed, right? And so for Frilled Scratch, for example, she's a confident medicine cat who is a great teacher. Because she's a medicine cat, seeing this shadowy creature in front of her is very deterring. She knows what StarClan looks like, and she knows that anything associated with the Dark Forest, whether it is current or not, is probably not something she wants to listen to. She's confident in her abilities and in herself. That's also a strike against the creature. Her experience is extremely high. She's been doing this for a long time. Being a great teacher, I don't really know if that will affect it one way or another. But I'm going to say for her, and this is pretty serious, that I would need to roll above 75%. Because of her experience being almost 300, the fact that she's a medicine cat and confident, if she rolls above 75%, then she will be swayed. But it's unlikely. So here we go. Oh yeah, so I only rolled 15%, which means that she's barely even humoring this. She took a few seconds to think about it and said, no, I want nothing to do with this. Even if I am to die of this disease, of this curse, and have no cure from it, I would rather die and go to StarClan with the help of my fellow medicine cats and the glowing mushrooms that Ridge Goose has blessed us with than be brought low to something of shadow and death. And so Frilled Scratch refuses, meaning she does indeed go into phase 3 and she is bedridden and she will not get offered this opportunity again, meaning that if she does not survive phase 4, she will likely pass and go to StarClan. Fortunately, we have many cats that aren't even infected, meaning that this creature who holds the curse cannot even affect them or visit them in dreams at all. So Olive Back is unaffected, Spike is unaffected, Bone Tooth is unaffected, Shinna Wisp is unaffected, Colby Jack is unaffected, I love that name. Current was cured and therefore unaffected. Nicolapelt was cured by Two Legs, unaffected. Fireball is unaffected. Sherry is unaffected. Now we get to Hailgate. Now Hailgate is a warrior who is loyal to the clan. It's hard to say what loyalty will do in this case, but Hailgate's experience is rather low, and she is still very, very young, meaning she can be naive, not understanding the dangers of the world around her. And so for her, I think the fact that her experience is so low and loyalty to the clan wouldn't really have anything to do with this in this case, I don't think. Especially if it's phrased in a way of you can save the clan by doing this, the same as it was with Cupicate. I think she might go for it. I'm going to give her a third of a chance. So she has to roll above 33% for her to take on the form. Well, I rolled 3%. So she has the same experience. She is being set down in the medicine den near Frilled Scratch, and she is lulled into a sleep, encouraged by the medicine cats to rest in hopes that the body will recover as the mushrooms start to sprout from her fur and her pelt. The creature comes to her, same spiel. I can help you. I can help you save your clan. You can save yourself. All of the words sound beautiful and enticing. The word of power at your hands, or paws in this case, sounds enticing. And Hailgate thinks about it, but decides no. Many of the cats in this clan have suffered with this and survived. I am not about to take this deceitful sounding gift and ruin my chances of joining those cats in StarClan. And so Hailgate, who has loved many of the cats that have passed even in her young age, has decided not to take on the form. Beach Skip is cured and therefore is safe. Aster Moon has never been affected, wow, and is safe. Same with Flood Dash. Flower Moss was cured. And then we are at Finnelkit. Finnelkit now has the form of shadows. It is now the 96th moon, and Cupicate is going to a ceremony, a very special one. Finnlepaw sits beside their new mentor, Flooddash. As the meeting comes to a close, their claws dig into the ground as they glare up at the sky, wondering why Chip Fawn couldn't be there with them at such an important moment. So Cupicate is already showing some signs of strange aggression that seems to be coming out of nowhere, and an anger at things seemingly out of his control. It is now Finnlepaw's first trip on a patrol. So obviously we're going to send him on a training trip first. Without training together, Finnlepaw starts an argument with Flooddash about the technique they're working on again. Signs of aggression. Tired of hearing about how they don't understand, Flooddash swings around, performing a flawless rendition of the technique. Chastened, Finnlepaw lowers their gaze. They'll follow Flooddash's way of doing things then. More aggression, but at least Finnlepaw was able to back down and realize he was wrong. So Finnlepaw is still in there. Still in there. It is the 97th moon. A day after the full moon. A night where cats usually celebrate their closeness to StarClan. But something strange has happened. Riverjay awakens, realizing that she doesn't remember Finnlepaw coming to bed. She's very concerned by this, and he isn't there in the morning. When she goes out to call for him, she finds him sleeping in the middle of camp, just out in the open. And what's stranger? Flooddash comes out of the warrior's den, complaining about being bitten. Now, Flooddash doesn't really know what happened, but Finnlepaw being out just in the clearing, eyes do turn to Finnlepaw. Now, Finnlepaw says he doesn't remember even leaving his nest. He doesn't remember going to his nest. He says he doesn't really even know how he got there. There is much concern from this, wondering if Finnlepaw is infected with the curse, as blackouts are very, very common. But a cat with the curse biting someone else is not. Suddenly, however, Flooddash begins to exhibit a small fever. No blackouts yet, nothing too serious, no thoughts of mushrooms or visions of mushrooms, but there is a fever. The cats are wondering if the bite is infected, and so our cat, our warrior Flooddash, is infected with phase 1 of the curse. Finnlepaw and Flooddash go out on another training mission, and Flooddash is weary of Finnlepaw, finding it odd that it's possible Finnlepaw is the one that bit them. Because of this, he isn't really leading the patrol, he isn't leading the training, and Finnlepaw is disappointed because obviously he can't lead them in training, and so it's quite unsuccessful. On the 98th moon, much is going on. Once again, Finnlepaw is found out in the camp clearing, and 2 more cats will wake up with bite marks. First, we have Spike, who woke up with a bite mark, and is now in phase 1 after being bitten by Finnlepaw. And more cats are suspecting Finnlepaw, as he is the only one who seems to be acting strange and out of the ordinary. Riverjay is very concerned by this, and has brought Finnlepaw into the medicine den to try and figure out what's wrong, checking his eyes, checking his mouth. Nothing is really indicating that he's sick, and yet these cats keep getting bitten. Colby Jack is the next to awaken with a bite mark. He is very concerned. He's not really angry at Finnlepaw, he's just worried, and sincerely goes to the medicine den and asks if there's anything he can do to help, as it seems like this sickness may have progressed into something else. But many cats don't forget about the fact that Finnlepaw came back to life, and some are spreading rumors that he came back possessed by a dark forest cat. I did roll, as I do every moon, to see if any cats start to leave. On this moon, I rolled high enough, and 3 cats will be leaving, likely because of what is going on with Finnlepaw, because he's acting scary, and cats are getting sick because of it, almost as if he's rabid. Spike is the first to speak up after being bitten. She doesn't like that this has happened to her, and even though she still wants to be a part of this clan, Finnlepaw is scary, and the fact that she's been infected because of being bitten, because that's what everybody's assuming right now, she's wondering if she'd be better off wandering into 2 legs, because as some cats have mentioned before, the 2 legs seem to have a cure. Fireball is the next to claim that they would be safer outside of the clan. She was formerly a kitty pet, and even though she didn't enjoy the kitty pet ways, her humans did take care of her. And so Fireball is going to claim this is just too much. I just don't see us surviving this. And her leaving kind of frightens the other cats, but she is told she may never come back. Oliveback has also been unaffected by this, and she decides because her kitty pet friend left, she is going to do the same. We are getting lower and lower in our list of cats, but many of them don't want to have anything to do with the sickness, especially the ones that have not been affected, are now facing the possibility of being bitten and possibly getting affected that way. And this whole Kit dying and coming back to life, and now he's an angrier version of himself. All the cats are very frightened, but Finnlepaw is the beloved child of Riverjay and Chipfawn, and so a lot of them who are scared also want to see this cat healed and brought back to the sweet Kit that he once was. We are now on the 99th moon. We're 1 moon away from 100, but things are getting a little hairy. So once again, after the night of the full moon, Finnlepaw awakens in the clearing, and even he feels exhausted, confused, and wondering what is going on. He's even a little frightened. He runs into the medicine den to find Riverjay attending 4 new cats. Those cats are Astermoon, Sherry, Shinowisp, and Bonetooth. We now have all cats that are either infected or have been infected. There is no cat in this list that has been untouched. That's crazy. No cat leaves this moon feeling like maybe their best chances are with Riverjay and Raccoon Creek. Even though Furled Scratch is withering away in a nest, they all decide to stay for now. As for Finnlepaw, they don't have any answers. But perhaps in the next episode, they will get answers. I hope you liked this episode. If you did, tickle and poke that like button, subscribe to join our family if you haven't already, and jingle the bell to get notified of when I post more clangen videos. We are coming to a close on this clan, guys. I hope you are excited. I hope you don't feel like I'm dragging it out, but I am actually trying to take my time to tell the story so you get excited about what's going on. So I hope you like that. But yeah, thanks again for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!